Happy Saturday, folks. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully, we see BCH and LTC make some nice moves over the weekend. We will see. We will see. If you watch Cesar's video from last night, we could see some really good prices for Bitcoin Cash in the coming days and weeks. So we're all hoping for that for sure. If you hear shots in the background, that is my neighbor doing some target practice. It's very different when you hear gunshots out in the country. Very different than if you hear them in the city, for sure. Out here, everybody's relaxed about it. It's like everybody's having fun, doing target practice, trying out their new firearm. In the city, it's a little bit different. But so don't worry about that if you hear that. Just part of living out in rural America, which is like that, America's heartland. And so anyway, I'm in Wisconsin here, and this winter, I've said before, we don't have much snow. We haven't had much snow at all, which has been super nice. It's been super nice, and it gives me a taste of what it's probably like to live in the U.S., kind of middle America. During the winter, it's definitely different than what we normally have here in Wisconsin, but we'll definitely take it. Hopefully we get a repeat next year. Go for global warming. Go for climate change. Yay. So anyway, all right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about a SEP IRA account that I've got. I'm going to talk about a UTMA account I've got for my son. I'm going to talk about 529 plans. I was asked to do this by somebody on Discord. I forget the username right now, so I apologize. So, I was asked, how did I make my SEP rocket so fast? Well, I bought into BCHG and LTCN. Over the course of time, a lot of the shares that I bought were in 2022 and some in 2023. I think I bought my last share like in January of 2024, but that's what caused the SEP IRA to rocket. Same thing with my son's UTMA account. Okay, so my son's UTMA account had like $65,000 in it from contributions that I made over the course of several years, and it's now a little under $800,000. So it's really performed well. Now, let me talk about UTMA accounts versus 529 plans. I'm not an expert on the 529 plan, so don't count me as like, the source of truth here. Just not financial advice as always. So just do your own research and all that kind of stuff. So 529 plans are pretty popular. They're essentially college savings plans that parents can set up for their kids. And there's some tax benefits to it. There's some rules and regulations that I don't like about it. And let me first talk about rules and regulations across all types of accounts. First, IRA accounts. IRA accounts like Roth IRAs, SEP IRAs, traditional IRAs have tax benefits. There are benefits to IRAs for sure, but there are rules and regulations that I do not like. I'm not a rules guy. I hate rules. I'm like, it's my money. Don't place restrictions on what I do with it, when I take it out, all that kind of stuff. Here's an example of two rules with IRAs, like the SEP IRA that I have. One, I can't withdraw any money until I'm 59 and a half years old without penalty. I have to pay a penalty if I withdraw before that age. That ticks me off. It really does. It's like, why? Who cares? Who cares how old I am when I start withdrawing it? Do you know when I'm going to retire? No. Why should the government care? But it's some stupid government regulation that I don't like. Another regulation that I don't like about IRAs that apply to my SEP IRA is required minimum distributions, or RMDs. These are basically where the government tells me that I have to withdraw a certain amount from my brokerage account, from my IRA account every single year. And I don't like that. Why should I have to do that? How does the government know what's good enough for me? It doesn't. Politicians always say they're just in it to help people help, quote unquote. And it's like, they just end up screwing people over and placing a lot of harnesses on them, a lot of restrictions. And it's just like a form of like indentured servitude to the fucking politicians. I do not like it at all. So that's my problem with IRAs. So let's talk about 529 plans and UTMA accounts. Okay, first UTMA, let's talk about 529 plans first of all. 529 plans have benefits. Like I think you can donate up to like $17,000 or $18,000 per year to your kids' college savings plan, their 529 plan, which is good. And I believe, from what I remember, that it's tax-free if you withdraw it for the purposes of qualified educational expenses. Now, qualified is the term, and it's what's to be, I guess, wary of. I'm assuming that's things like college tuition, all that kind of stuff, the standard stuff we would think about. There are other things that your kid might need that might not fall under the qualified realm. And if you withdraw it, if you can't prove that it's qualified, you might be taxed on it, versus having it be tax-free. So just keep that in mind. I do not like that restriction at all. I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge fan of the 529 plan myself because of the restrictions that it has. I don't like that. So what I did for my son is I set up a UTMA account. That stands for Uniform Transfer to Minors Account Act, or account. And what it is it's essentially, it's a fully fledged taxable brokerage account for my son, but obviously he's not 18. So I'm his guardian. So I'm the custodian of that brokerage account. So, I can donate up to, I think this year it's like $17,000. It might be $18,000 in 2024. I haven't checked, but it's about that I can donate each and every year into his account. If I donate more than that, then it's like I have to pay extra taxes. Of course, the government wants their cut every step of the way, but if you donate money into it, that's under that limit, you should be good. Now, there are no limitations on a UTMA account as to like when I could withdraw money on his behalf, or when he gets it, or anything. It's a fully fledged taxable brokerage account. Now, the thing with the taxable brokerage account is, he ends up paying taxes on the gains. So my CPA actually files a tax return for him that I sign off on, but he has to pay taxes on dividends that he receives, any capital gains that he has, like through the sale of Grayscale Trust, all that kind of stuff. He'll owe taxes on that, and I pay those on his behalf. But it's fully, it's just like a regular taxable brokerage account, except it's for your kid. And and with Grayscale Trust, I mean, you can, over the course of several cycles, you can really rocket your UTMA account or your IRA account or your 529 account up to incredible heights for your kid. And this is a great gift to give them. It really is. It is. But here's the deal. Like, when you get your account, whatever it is, a 529 plan, an IRA account, a Roth IRA account for your kids, or like a UTMA account for your kids, when you rocket that thing up to millions of dollars, or especially tens of millions, you definitely need to make sure that you are teaching your son or daughter about good money management skills, so they don't blow it all, when they get to a certain age when they can actually access it. Most people, it's like with a UTMA account, for example, they can get access to it, I think, between the ages of 18 and 21. And I think in my state, I have to give it to them by the age of 21. That's probably when I'll give it to them. I might give it to them earlier if I can, but probably not till 21. Because like you and I, and probably most 20-year-olds, would just waste money on stupid stuff. That's why I have to do a lot of work to teach them about good money management and all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Again, somebody had asked me like how I rocketed my SEP IRA account up so high in a fairly short order. That's because of the Grayscale Trust, and I bought a lot of my shares in 2022 and 2023. Same thing with my son's UTMA account, same scoop with that. And that just made all the difference, right? It's like the Grayscale Trusts have done really well in the past year or so. So that's how you do it. That's how you make magic happen, I think, in your brokerage account. And any of us that have been invested in Grayscale for a number of months now, we know that. It's just unlike anything else that you can get into. It's way better than Bitcoin ETFs. It's way better than dividend ETFs, way better than growth stocks, index funds. Real estate is just, it's way better. So without any of the hassle, of real estate. So yeah, it's a good way to do it. And that's, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a 529 plan at all. It's as long as you withdraw the money for, use it for approved purposes, then you should be good. There are tax benefits, like it's tax free. But I don't like the word approved, because it's like the government can always change that. I doubt they would change it to exclude tuition ever, but the question is, what else could be considered approved? Or what cutoff date, what age does your kid have to be before you can use expenses or use cash to cover their expenses? That would be my question. With a UTMA account, there's no restrictions. Like I can withdraw money and pay for stuff that he might need in elementary school or middle school or junior high or college or whatever. You know, I mean, there's no restrictions. It is his account, but again, I am the custodian of that account because I'm his guardian. So it's like, that's the way it works. So I prefer taxable brokerage accounts for myself and my son, just because of the flexibility. It does not have the tax savings. And that's a huge benefit that the IRAs have, right? The IRAs and the 529 too have tax benefits, and that's good. But the IRAs and the 529s, they've got restrictions, and I don't like rules. I don't like restrictions. I think they're BS. It's like, if it's my money, then why is the government telling me that I can't withdraw until a certain date, or that I have to withdraw, a certain amount every single year? It's like, why? Why? That makes no sense. But that's government for you, and government isn't exactly getting smarter these days. I feel like they're getting dumber. I feel like we're living in kind of something akin to idiocracy, actually. And actually, the more I think about it, I feel like that's true, because it's like most people haven't figured out how to invest. And it's like there are very few people who are at the tippy top of the economic spectrum. And most people think it's impossible to get there. Like, they think it's impossible to become a billionaire. And it's like, it's actually not that hard. No matter what you start with, it's not that hard. You have to let time play out. You have to be patient. You have to practice delayed gratification, all that kind of stuff, and you can do it for yourself, for your kids. So it's like, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna take my son's UTMA account. Probably, I believe that I should be able to get that thing to close to $1 billion by the time he's 21. Like, I have no doubt, as long as we have crypto ETFs, crypto-related stocks like MicroStrategy, the Bitcoin miners, etc., and maybe Grayscale trust. It's like, it should be no problem getting there. But most people would never conceive of that. So it's like, they can't wrap their brains around it, and so they never go for it. They never achieve it. But something like a 529 plan, or something like a UTMA account, or an IRA, like a Roth IRA for your kids, is a phenomenal way to set them up for life. Now, a Roth IRA, I think probably has age restriction limits, like as to when you can withdraw it. Probably like 59 and a half. I'm not an expert on Roth IRAs since I don't have one, but I'm guessing that's probably a rule that they have, which, think about it. Like, if you are 35 or 40 and you're looking to retire, well, what good does your Roth do you if you can't access it until you're 59 and a half? It's just like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. This is why I don't like them, because you never know what's going to happen in life. You never know what's going to come up that you need cash for, or your kid needs cash for. And I just like the freedom of a UTMA account for my kid and a standard brokerage account for myself. They allow me maximum flexibility, even though I do pay taxes. I do not get the tax benefits that an IRA has, and you don't get the tax benefits that a 529 plan has. So just my opinion on things. All right, I'm going to end it here. It's getting a little chilly. I'm going in. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Saturday. Like I said, I'm hoping to see some nice action with Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin this weekend, specifically BCH. Cesar thinks, we could hit, I think he said like $1,100, potentially very soon, in the next couple of weeks. So that would be an exciting move for all of us. But I'll leave it here. If you guys have a question or comment, leave it in as a comment to this YouTube video, or better yet, it's easier for me if you do this, if you just join Discord and post a comment in the video suggestions channel for something you'd like me to do a video on. All right, that's it for now. Link to Discord is in the pinned comment below. If you can't get there, if you have an error, try a different browser. That should work. I'll see you guys soon. All right, take care.